Hey guys, you're watching one and only. My name is Adrian. We're back on an episode of Let's Build a Dinosaur. I know it's been like, is this the third episode? It's okay though. You guys are enjoying it, I'm sure. So we're gonna finish it off today. We're gonna completely finish off our little Triceratops here. I think he's looking pretty cool. I think we want to work on the back legs though next. And it might be a good idea to work from the body down instead of from the floor up for this one. And yeah, I think that's the best way anyway. I might be wrong. So let's try. You know what I'm going to do? Right, I'm going to do something a little bit weird. And I'm actually going to use a different colour for the moment. Obviously, it's not going to stay red. But just for the moment, so we know where the leg is going to be. Yeah, like that. Something like that. And then have blue over the top of that. I know what I'm doing, guys. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Don't you worry, child. Yeah, heaven's got a plan for you. Don't you worry. I have no idea what I'm doing. No, I know exactly what I'm doing. I'll get rid of that red one, otherwise it's going to drive you guys insane and me insane. Okay, so put this blue over here. Something like this. These back legs, I've always been a little bit nervous about getting the right shape. I think if we had another one like that. Yeah. That's now in line with those front legs. I don't mind it being in line with those front legs. That could look pretty cool. And then I think what we're going to do is we're going to come down here. Down this one. Down this one. Yeah, and that's where the leg's going to sort of start. Well, no, it's going to have to be wider than that, isn't it? If we done something like this, I'm going to come down one more on there. Let's keep going down. We should be okay for the minute. Obviously, it's not thick enough for the leg yet. But if we go all the way down to the floor, like this, is that a good shape? It looks like a pretty good shape. It looks about right on, like, towards the back of the animal as well. It's leaning, it's too straight though. We want it to lean forward a little bit. So we're going to put like 3 blocks in there. And I'm going to take 2 blocks out from there and put 2 blocks back there. No, 3 blocks. Take that one out. Maybe like that. I want it to lean forward a little bit, like his foot's leaning forward. Yeah, that doesn't look so bad. Obviously up here needs to be tweaked a little bit by the looks. But apart from that, we're doing okay. And then we can add down the sort of feet style that we had on the front ones. We'll start off with something random and then we'll fine tune it afterwards. Okay, so we're using this block. We'll come around there like that. And then I'll add those ones. Why not put that there? Oh no, it's got to be an odd number, doesn't it? Wait a minute. Yeah, we've got 4 blocks on the front. So we need to go... Is that in line with that toe? No, it's not. We need to come a block further out. We need to do something like that. That's what it would be. Okay, that's not so bad then. That's easy enough to solve. Let's get rid of those. That's there. Yeah. And then we'll come up there. Come down here. Now, how wide is this now? 3 blocks. We need it to be 4 blocks wide. So we'll add another one on the back here. It's all this fine-tuning. This is what takes the most time. All this tiny little fine-tuning to make it look good. And then what's this on the back? Oh, yeah, that's that bit. So we'll come down something like that. And then I'm going to take that one out there, and that one out there. And that one out there, and that one out there. Yeah, and then we'll add a few more on the front here. Something like this. And that's pretty symmetrical now again, isn't it? I think we've got the symmetricalness back of it. Yeah. Anyway, how are you guys doing today? Are you doing well? I hope you're doing well. I hope that you're having a great week. Haven't some people gone up to high school recently? I think it's been the transition phase of like elementary school or primary school as we call it here in the UK, up to the high school. I think the transition period has been recently. I was having a look, or I saw online that some people were talking about their new school. So that's pretty interesting. If you have, tell me how you're getting on. Are you enjoying it? Do you like it? Is it a lot bigger? I expect it's a lot bigger than your previous school. I remember when I went from primary school to high school, and I remember the difference of the size. The size of the school was absolutely crazy. You know, I was used to quite a rural school, so it was a very small, I don't know, there was, how many people do you think? I don't know, I must have come from a school with about 100 pupils, and then my high school that I went to had 2,000 to 3,000, about 2,500 pupils. So obviously going from like 100 to 2,000, that was so many more people than I was used to. And it worried me a little bit at the beginning. Like, it's something that you're not really used to. I need to build this again on the other side now, don't I? Yeah, like I have a chance of doing that. No, we can do it. I'm sure we can do it. Is this even right? I have absolutely no idea. But yeah, so if you guys are a little bit nervous about your new school, okay, if there was an abrupt cut there, it's because I got lost. I was trying to do too many things at once. I was trying to talk about the school. I was trying to build a dinosaur leg, and it's not something that I practice all that often. So I had to cut. I had to build the leg off camera and then come back to you guys. I'm not good enough. I'm sorry. So where was I? I was saying about getting to a new high school, or getting to a new school, moving schools, going to high school, anything like that. If you are doing it now and you're a little bit nervous, then that's completely normal. That's not something to be worried about. And this still applies to people that are going to a high school soon, if it be this year at some point, or next year at some point. It doesn't really matter. I like that. It doesn't matter. If you get nervous, then that's completely natural. That's completely normal. It's a bit of a culture shock to the body. You're not used to being near that many people. I definitely wasn't. I definitely wasn't used to being around that many people. And the school itself is very large. You know, having to find what classroom to be in, I found very difficult. I found harder than most. Just trying to find my way around, I found really, really difficult. I got lost all the time, and even though the school was sort of laid out in an okay way, like it shouldn't have really been that hard to get lost in, but I still did. So if you get lost, then don't worry about that either. Teachers will understand, at least at first. For the first, you know, couple of weeks, teachers and stuff will understand. You're not going to get in too much trouble for being late when it's your first week at the new school. You know, I even got lost when I was in my last year of high school. I would still get lost occasionally, like, because you get used to going to your classrooms. You get used to going to certain classrooms at certain times of the day. So when you even went up a year, so when you went like from the lowest year to the next year, and all your classroom changed, or you know, all the locations of your classes changed again, I still used to get lost. I used to get lost then, and even on my last year, if I had if my classroom was moved, like if my my lesson was moved to somewhere else, I would still get lost. So if getting lost is what you're worried about, then it shouldn't be. You shouldn't worry about that kind of thing. It happens to everyone. It happens to the best of us. It happens to the worst of us. It is. You probably will get laughed at for getting lost. Like, people laugh, how did you get lost here? You know, it's simple. You know, you go to this staircase, and then you go up this staircase, and then you go down there, and then you turn right here, and you're like, well, exactly. You know, that's why I got lost, because it's just insanely, stupidly confusing. And I agree with you. I think they should lay it out in a much simpler way. But unfortunately, I do not own a school of which I could make it simple. So if you do get lost, don't worry about it. If you are nervous, don't worry. That's completely natural. I for sure was. I was nervous for a long time. In fact, I got so nervous that I actually had to take a couple of days of school off. I become nervous and shaky and worried about the size of the school and the amount of people, because I'm from a very rural area. I'm from an area in the UK which is just farms and fields, and there's not really any civilization, if you like, about. There's not really much around us, so I'm not used to seeing a lot of people. I'm not used to seeing, kids everywhere. I know some people, they live right next to a school, for example, so they see they see the high school students coming out of their high school many years before they even go there. I never had that option, so it was a very surprising thing to me to see how many people were there. And the school uniforms, here in the UK, you pretty much, no matter what school you go to, you'll probably wear a school uniform. There's not many schools in the UK that don't have a uniform. So seeing them all, I found that a little intimidating as well. Seeing all of these students all in the same uniform. It was a very strange thing to me. So yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying to say that if you do get worried or scared, don't worry. I'm doing it a very long-winded way round, I know, and probably I've sent a couple of you to sleep. But hopefully, maybe a couple of you were listening, and it might make you feel a little bit better. If I help one person, I'll feel like I'm a success. I'll feel like this conversation helped. If it didn't help anybody, then I just wasted all of my time and all of your time. But it doesn't matter too much. My time doesn't matter, at least. All right, he's done. I think he looks really cool. I like that tail as well. I think we've done it quite well. It's definitely nice and thick where it joins to the body, and then it sort of thins up. Maybe we could take that one out. Oh yeah, I like that. Yeah, I do like that. Definitely. I think he looks pretty cute. I like him. Apparently this dinosaur, the tail isn't long enough on this one. I'm getting a couple of comments about that still. So let's extend this one down just a little bit. There's no harm in doing that. Something like this. They sort of said something along those lines. And then we'll just add a little bit of thickness to it in a couple of spots. Like this. Match it on this side. And then we're done for today. Like this. And like this. Oops. Like this. And I'm going to put one up there. One up there. And one there. And one there. Take that one away. Take that one away. Take that one away. Yeah. No, I sort of liked how it was. I like it like that. Is that a better tail, guys? Do you like that T-Rex tail better? I do. I think you guys were right. And I love this little Triceratops now. It's really starting to come on. I'd like to get some big boulders and some fallen down trees and some paths in and a little bit of a route to everything. Had a few more ideas for mini games in this area as well through Twitter and Facebook, so thank you very much for sending those in. We'll get working on those very soon. If you guys enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you haven't already, please subscribe. We shall see you in the next episode. Bye!